yeah, I was sobbing my eyes out because I literally cannot do anything until I do that. Being the mum is just so hard. Good morning, guys. Welcome. I hope you're having a lovely day. I thought, you know what would be so great is to do a week in the life, but just like super realistic, because honestly, the life of a mum is so unpredictable. Every day is different. Every single day. Speaking of, Ace has just cracked it today. I don't know what it is. He literally will be sitting there and he'll just bawl his eyes out and scream, and he has never done that. Like, even when he's upset or uncomfy or whatever, he doesn't cry really. He just kind of like makes fussy noises and then I deal with it. Not today. No. I do feel like the last 2 weeks have been a lot. They've been a lot different to the first 10 weeks. He was just such an amazing baby, and he still is such an amazing baby. I still think even with him being fussy, he's still amazing. I'm just not used to the fussiness. So I'm kind of just having to recalibrate my mind around what our days are gonna look like, what he is like, and having to just mother him and comfort him and all of that stuff. But at the end of the day, I still absolutely love it, and I'm obsessed with being a mum. So this will be a very realistic week in the life of a new mum. Today marks 12 weeks. We are officially out of the 4th trimester. We are officially 12 weeks, which I feel like 3 months. He's not a newborn anymore, which is just baffles me and makes me really sad at the same time, but also it's so exciting because he's just becoming so fun. He's giggling so much. He's so interactive. He's still obviously not talking, but I feel like he's talking because he's literally just like making so many noises now. It's not just like a he's literally talking to me, and I just think it's absolutely the best. He's asleep at the moment. At nighttime, over the last 2 weeks, we've had majority nights not very great. In saying that, that's just like him not great, which is waking up around 3 to 4 times in the night. We have had some days, and recently, like last night, where he woke up twice, so that was really good. Happy with that. But his naps during the day, I don't know what it is. I've seen some other mums and they've been saying like their babies will have at least one nap during the day that is like a solid 2 hours. I'm not getting that. Yeah, when I put him down in the cot like I have right now, 20 minutes, that's what I'm getting. I literally had an 11-minute nap earlier, but I do think that that's because I blow dried my hair and I think he heard it and woke up. So that was my fault. I'm hoping that this nap, which I've like breastfed him, let him fall into sleep on my boob, put him down, he's gone to sleep. I'm hoping it'll last a little bit longer. So whilst we do that, I did just put the clothes on the line. I'm going to clean this kitchen because it's an absolute mess. I mean, my whole house is a mess, I'll show you guys, but we need to do some cleaning. And then I think I'm gonna do, if I can squeeze in some like content prep. I kind of want to write down some like content ideas for TikTok and all of that stuff. So let's get started with that. And I do think it's time for another coffee as well. I also made and baked a loaf of bread today, so I'm keen to open this up. However, it is my first one after doing my best ever loaf the other week, and I've been putting off making another one because I just was like, nothing's gonna be as good as that loaf, and I'm just scared to make a loaf that's gonna suck. So I decided to make one last night because we really need bread. So I'm hoping that it'll end up being good. Brain is going whilst I'm cleaning. Okay, I'm gonna put some cookies on. I literally was about to bake some cookies. We've run out of paper. It's so annoying. I have the paper the bread was baking on. Should I give that a try? Every few weeks I will make a new batch of cookies, or like whenever I run out. They're lactation cookies. I have a recipe of me making this on my TikTok and they're so good. I just love to have like a bunch of them ready to pop into the oven when I feel like, I know it probably doesn't help that much, but when I feel like my milk supply is going down, or when I want a sweet treat, because this is a sweet treat plus it's helping my milk supply. Somebody woke up. To be fair, his nap was 25 minutes, but I think probably 5 minutes of that was me holding him and rocking him. And then I put him down, so he had probably about 20 minutes, which is about right. But I just like don't know why he doesn't have longer naps. He's so tired and he gets so irritable. But right now he's like, bing! Oh, buddy. I feel like this is the test in patience as a mum. To stay calm, everything will be fine, go with the flow kind of thing. We're still gonna get stuff done. You're just gonna have to do it with me. Yeah? I need to get things done and I wanted to have a longer sleep. So I'm now going to make some lunch because it's like 2 p.m. and I haven't eaten anything. I also cut my bread open and it is beautiful. I think that the way that I'm going about making it now is just perfect. Come on a walk to try and extend his nap a little bit. I'm also listening to Crescent City, the third book, so I wanted to get a little bit of reading in as well. So we're going to do a bit of a walk, but I do have a feeling he's going to wake up soon. But we've gotten so much done with him in the carrier, like I cannot explain to you what I would do without this. Ace has woken up. We had a feed, some playtime and a nappy change, and now we are on our way to Priceline because we've run out of his baby bath like soap stuff and it's currently on sale at Priceline, and I think while I'm there I'm just going to grab some stuff for dinner. He is in such a better mood than he was before his really long nap. I just really think he's just overtired when he's not napping well, and so then he just gets fussy. He's just like so happy now. I absolutely love it.
Is this ripe or not ripe? Let me know in the comments down below.
The most unripe avocado I've ever seen.
It's ripe, bruh. Look, it mushes.
It's not ready. Give it a day. You're a loser. How are you late?
It's like 10:30. It's like 10:20 now.
Bye. Not me literally taking that video and realizing that this is so dirty. I'm gonna clean that now because I literally cannot do anything until I do that. Welcome to a new day. It is Tuesday now. I just put Ace down for a nap, and if today is going to be anything like yesterday, I've probably got about 15 minutes left. So I'm going to spend this time washing my face, getting ready for the day because we are going to head out today. I need to return something to JB Hi-Fi where my sister works, so we're going to get the metro. I always love having a bit of an outing during the day, so that'll be good. I'm not gonna lie, yesterday afternoon was horrific, honestly. No, that's a bit of an exaggeration. It was bad for Ace and bad for us. He's such a good baby, so if we have even just a little bit of a hard night, it just feels like so hard and so extra. And last night was really probably a really bad night. It wasn't actually technically the night, it was more like the afternoon / towards his bedtime. I have found that only in the last week has he really participated in witching hour, because before that he'd be so chill all day. Even at night, he would have naps at 6 p.m. I mean, newborn, he was having naps at 9. We just really didn't participate in witching hour until probably the last 2 weeks. He has just been cracking it. And I did look it up, and they say that at this time is usually when they're starting to see more, discover more, so they're just getting really overstimulated. And that totally makes sense, but I think he just needs to relax, because honestly, I feel like I had such a big mental day yesterday. I just felt like my eyes were tired, I had a headache, I was so exhausted. So that by the time my husband got home, I was like, finally, I'm gonna pass him off to you. I passed him off, and literally 15 minutes later, he was screaming his head off. And I was like, and in that 15 minutes, I was doing what every mom does, putting clothes on the line, cleaning, not having time to myself. So then he was screaming his head off. My husband is obviously trying to do what he can because this is my time to be able to just relax. And then it was just literally just not happening. So I start his bath and then we'll put him to bed around 6:30, 6:45. So by the time he's fully asleep, it's 7, 7:15, 7:30. Yesterday, 5:40. He was not having it. It got to 6 and I was like, I'm just gonna start his bath now. It was only half an hour earlier, but that's pretty early for us. I started his bath, literally did the quickest bath, didn't do any moisturizer, didn't do any talking to him, which I normally do before bed. We usually read a book, and I was like, I just need to get him on my boob because he was screaming and I was honestly like bawling my eyes out the whole time because I not only am exhausted, I was so tired. I felt like I couldn't regulate my own emotions because I was just like, I am so beyond tired, it's not even funny. And two, I hate to see him cry. I don't know what he wants because I'm trying to give him what he wants, which is going to bed, feeding him, but I'm like, you just have to like stick with me as we do the bath and like whatever. Yeah, I just honestly I lost it last night and I just feel so bad when I cry in front of him because I don't want him to think that he's the reason that I'm upset, even though he kind of is. Like the whole situation is making me cry, but it's also I'm just exhausted and it's not his fault. He doesn't know, like he's just a baby and I love him so much and I just look at him and I'm just like obsessed. But I just am honestly so tired and I was just like, I'm trying my best, I'm trying to do what I can, but like it's also all on me. Like I'm the one that feeds him, so my husband can't really do anything. So I just quickly got him to bed. He was in bed by 6:30, like out like a light. Like literally he's so good at getting to sleep. Like he'll go to sleep straight away. He never fights me with sleeping really, because I put him on my boob and I let him fall asleep and then I'll just like transfer him to the cot, and if he wriggles around a little bit I pop the dummy in and he's just out. That was good. But then I got into bed at 9 after having like dinner and watching something with my husband, which definitely helped me mentally. I felt so much better after that, but I was so tired. I got into bed at 8:30, chilled out on my phone for a bit, and then went to bed at 9. My alarm went off. No, then he woke me up and I was like, oh, I feel like I've slept so much, like it must be like 1 or 2, which is usually when he wakes up. And I check my phone and it's 10:30. I've been asleep for like an hour and a half. After he wakes up, after his first wake up, he will wake up every 2.5 hours. So I was like up from like 12:30, 2:30, 4:30. Like I was like, but it's all worth it, you know? I just think we had a hard afternoon and I think I'm just gonna have to figure out how we're gonna go about our afternoons when they're like this because, oh my gosh. But anyway, he's asleep. I'm hoping they'll have a bit of a better sleep today in his cot because I just need some time during the day where it's just like he's not on me. I'm not having to like entertain him, carry him around everywhere. I just want like a 40-minute nap. That would be great. Just to like reset myself and like, I don't know. I still have a headache from last night. Anyway, we're gonna stay positive. Literally, as I start to chill out, he's just woken up. But that was at least half an hour, so that was good. Okay, so it's many hours later and I completely forgot that I was vlogging for the day, so I'm very sorry for that. We left around 12:30, left the house, didn't get home until 5:30. However, I did take some clips for a vlog for TikTok, so I'll insert those so you guys can get a little bit of a snippet of what we did today. We had the craziest day. Went to 2 different shopping centers, saw my sister. We were at the shopping center for so long, did some like window shopping. It was great. Waited for my husband to finish work and went shopping for our dinner. And Ace started to lose it when we were leaving the shops. It was like 5:15, and I was like, here we go, it's happening again. Anyway, I fed him before we left because I was like, there's no way I'm getting in the car. Even like it's a 4-minute drive from the shops. I was like, I'm not doing that. And so then I fed him, we got home, and he looked so tired. He was like, his eyes were so red. He was so tired. I felt so bad for him. At that time, I think it was like 5:30, and I was like, I would usually like push him to see if he could stay awake until like putting him to sleep for his bedtime, because I had actually put him down for a nap on in the carrier like not long before we left in the shop. So I was like, I could push him, but he just looked so tired. So what we've been doing recently is like laying him down and putting a sarong over his eyes, and he sleeps so well. And I did that, and he's literally been asleep since probably like 5:45, and it's now almost like 7:15. So it's almost been like an hour and a half. Like, of course he has his longest nap not on me at this time of night. Like, oh my gosh, I'm almost afraid that he's like, oh, I'm done for the night, I'm out, and he's just going to sleep on the couch. But I just don't know whether I should wake him up now or if I should just let him sleep, because I do think he will wake up, because like there's noises out there, it's bright and whatever. Even though we've got the story over him, I think it's not like we haven't done the bath. I think he knows it's not like quite nighttime yet, but I've got everything set up ready. I've got the bath ready, I've got his towel, his clothes, everything ready, so that when he wakes up I can put him to sleep. But yeah, I'm exhausted. I'm so tired, but it was a good day. It was just a crazy day. I am so ready for him to wake up so I can put him to sleep, because I'm ready to eat some dinner and watch some One Piece. My husband and I have been watching the anime One Piece, and it's been so fun. Such a fun little routine after I put him to sleep. But I don't mind putting him to bed a little bit later, just because the later I put him to bed, the more time I have to sleep. So I don't mind. Speaking of, look how cute he is in his onesie.
It's not a onesie.
What is it?
It's a one piece. Who's this?
I feel like I've picked the worst week to vlog. I don't know if you can tell by my face, but I am shattered. I'm so exhausted. I'm so tired. And Ace is just struggling. Like, he's just getting so moody towards the end of the day. Just so unsettled. He's just crying, not going down for sleeps. He's just fighting sleeps. Like, he will eventually go down. I just got him down for one. So I'm feeling a little bit better that I can like just go for a walk. It's just hard because when Mo gets home, like he's showering and then he's going to the bathroom and he's having some time to like relax after work. And like, that's fine and I want him to have that. I'm also just like, I'm exhausted, you know? And I just need time. But then if I leave even longer than 30 minutes, it's like, what if he wakes up and he starts screaming and he needs me because he needs to be fed? I've just hopped in my car because I don't want to have to walk while I'm trying to rest, but I needed to leave the house. I feel like when I try and have a rest time, it's like that feeling of pending doom. If I try and nap, is he just gonna wake up in 10 minutes and it's just not worth it, because then I'm gonna be disoriented. If I go to the bathroom, because this is like the only place that I can be by myself, I have a shower, I go to the toilet, spend a little bit longer than in there than it actually takes me to go to the toilet, and then he starts crying, and my whole time of rest time was spent just like going to the toilet. And then even if my husband can deal with it, which I know he probably can, but my natural instinct is to get up and be like, okay, I've got to help and I've got to do something. But I just get to this point at the end of the day, I'm so tired. I don't want to cry. I think such a big part of it is that I just love him so much, and I don't want him to think that, I know he doesn't think this is literally a baby, but like, I don't want him or me or my husband to think that like he's a burden, because he's so worth it, and I just love him so much. I'm so tired. And I think it's that thought, this is never ending. There's not gonna be a time that I'm gonna be able to have like a solid amount of sleep or a solid amount of rest for years. I'm like, this is literally my life now. I'm like, is it gonna get to a point where I either just get used to it, like my body and my brain gets used to the lack of sleep and the exhaustion from having to look after someone all day, or am I just gonna feel this way for years? I'm just trying to remind myself that, like what everyone said, it comes in phases. This phase is like now that are just really hard, that I just need to like push through. So it's just a phase and it'll not last forever. I don't know how long it'll last, whether it'll last weeks, months, only a few days, I don't know. I'm already struggling and I'm trying my best to be a good mom, and I know that like most moms feel this way. I guess it's just hard to wrap my brain around trying to talk myself into being like, it's okay, this is normal, he's gonna go to bed soon, I'll get rest. I think when I'm just so exhausted, it's hard for me to rationalize my brain. I think I just go to like the worst case scenarios. I just doom. This is gonna last forever. I mean, like, he's been like this for almost like a week now. I'm like, it's not even that long, but it's never gonna get better. It's just gonna keep getting worse. Once I've had a good amount of rest in the morning, or like when I've put him to sleep, for the night, and then 2-3 hours later where I haven't had him like strapped to me or just like relying on me, I have a clearer head and I feel better. But it's just in these moments, I think I just find it hard that I don't really have any family around to help in these hard times. I don't live near friends either, so I can't just like message a friend to come by and help. But I'm just like not the type of person to ask someone to come help like that. I don't want to be like, can you come and take care of him for even just 40 minutes while I just have some time to myself or while I nap? I feel like I would probably ask my family that, or like my mum, but no one lives nearby. And I had my mum visit today, and he was just so fussy today, even with my mum. It was just so nice to have her there, but it was, you know, she was popping by for literally an hour while she's like on her way back from visiting a friend to go back home down south, and she just popped through, and I wanted to spend as much time with her as I could. I wanted Ace to be awake to see her, and he did have maybe a 15-20 minute nap while she was there. But again, it was on me after I'd fed him, after he'd been crying, and he was awake for like maybe 20 minutes and he was crying again. It was nice to have like my mum there to be able to help settle him, especially because I feel when my husband has him, it almost feels like for him, I think, oh my gosh, like he's either really hungry or he needs his mum. I think so often it's either he's passed back off to me if he's struggling, or my husband is just trying to settle him and he just struggles, and I'm like, I have to step in. I don't know, to constantly be relied on, and especially exclusively breastfeeding. I think I get to times like this where I'm like, I think being the mum is just so hard. I can't leave for longer than 40 minutes, especially at the moment, because that is literally, he's literally feeding every 40 minutes to an hour, and I just get scared that even if I leave for 20 minutes, like that's going to be the one time that he wakes up after 20 minutes and it's like, I need to be fed again, and it's like, I know that probably won't happen, but like what if it does and I'm not there? Anyway, enough of the self-pity. I should probably go inside because we need to figure out dinner, and he's probably awake. I need to go toilet to say I'm sorry for not filming much this week and for being a bit of a Debbie Downer, but this is really the reality of being a mum, I guess. I have a fun day tomorrow. Mum friend Kirsten visiting. She lives like 40 minutes away. So last time I went to her and she's coming to me this time, which is nice. And it'll be so nice to see her because I just feel like we're both going through the same thing. Like we were even messaging the other day as I was literally in the middle of tears putting Ace to sleep. I was messaging her, and it was just so good to have someone who could relate and understand and was going through the same thing and was also just finding it as hard as I am. So that was really good, and I'm keen to see her. I'm gonna make her a sourdough loaf tonight. I was meant to see my cousin for dinner tomorrow, but I just don't know if I can do it. Like, the afternoons and nights are just too hard for me to do it by myself. Like going out somewhere, just her and I and Ace, like then it's just quite relying on me to like do what needs to be done for him. And if he's not in a good mood, like I just don't know if I can do that. Anyway, I'm feeling a little bit better after having a cry, as per usual. I always just need to let it out.
There were so many, but I was.
Hey Google, set a timer for 28 minutes. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. Yum. Okay, I'm back on a walk and I have not updated you guys again, and I've had a really big day, but I'm feeling a lot better than yesterday, and I appreciate you guys listening to me if you've made it this far. I'm currently on a walk with the carrier to try and get through witching hour because my husband is still at the beaches, which is where I went today. I had a very nice solo session to myself. My husband took Ace on a walk with his friend, and then I went and grabbed a coffee and I went to the beach, sat down with my Kindle, and I just read. I think I had probably a solid like 45 minutes to an hour by myself, and that was amazing. I took him back because I had to come back here to do my first mother's group, and before I left, Ace and I grabbed some sushi. It was so nice to be at the beaches again because we've obviously moved and we live there, and it's just like such a nice area. So yeah, but it was just really good just to be in the fresh air near the water. I do kind of wish that I brought my swimmers, but that's okay. And then we came back and we had our first mother's group, which was so fun. It was so nice and all the women were amazing. I was so nervous going in because I'm just a little bit socially awkward, but I feel like I'm getting better and I felt like I was way more confident than I normally would be. So that's really good. And it was really fun. But yeah, my husband's still at the beaches and he's still got to make his way back. And like I said before, it's like an hour from here and he has to catch public transport. So I'm just gonna have to get through the afternoon by myself. Ace seems very tired, but he's not going to sleep. But I think like he did only just wake up from a nap maybe like half an hour ago. He just was like screaming, he was crying. I think it's because I tried to do tummy time with him and he hates tummy time. I'm feeling a lot better and just feeling good. I think even just talking to other mums that are around the same age, baby wise, postpartum wise, and are going through the same thing, like it just feels really good to know that I'm not alone. And even though I'm going through this with my husband, it's just, I feel like it's a different experience with the mum and the husband and like the dad. But anyway, Ace is amazing. My arm is hurting from holding up this. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna be so for real with you guys. It's actually Monday now, which means it's a new week, which means it's the end of the vlog. I feel really bad. I was actually considering not posting this video because it was meant to be a weekly vlog, and I feel like one, I didn't vlog every day, and two, the days that I did vlog, I hardly got any content for you guys. So I was really considering not posting. But in saying that, I feel like this is also really real and it's really honest about how some weeks can look. Sometimes it's really hard and you know you're going to be crying and you're not going to get done what you want to get done, which for me that was a weekly vlog, and my mind and my body and my everything was just consumed around getting by that week. But I feel like I did get some content, so I do want to post it because I want to be really real and honest about what it looks like sometimes to be a mum. So this is the end of the vlog, and I wanted to say thank you so much if you made it to this point, because wow, what a crazy video it's been. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I really appreciate you guys coming along, and thank you for listening to me as I went through all of the emotions this week. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. My baby boy is now 13 weeks, which is so exciting, and I am in good hopes that this week is going to be a better week. But in saying that, all of the emotions are all good. Even last week when it was really hard and really tough and he was struggling, it was because he was growing, and he was growing developmentally, and the world was just so big to him because he was finally seeing all this stuff and experiencing all these things. And honestly, fair enough, I would get overstimulated if I was having things thrown in my vision all day, every day. So as much as I struggled, it's a really good thing. It's always a good thing when they are struggling, except if they're obviously sick or unwell. That's not great. But from what we went through, it was a good thing because you were growing, weren't you? Yes! One takeaway from this week, and I think I want to hopefully do this in my vlogs, whether it's daily, weekly, or maybe just every video, is say one good thing that has happened in the week that has made me really happy. Oh. So the one thing for me this week is that he started giggling in his sleep. Now he has giggled in his sleep before, but it's always been like those little giggles. This was like a full on deep throat, like this is what his giggle is going to sound like when he's awake. He hasn't started giggling while he's awake yet. I think he just isn't aware that he's got the skill. But whilst he's asleep, and usually when he's on me, like I'm putting him to sleep, whether it's like on my boob or if he's like in the carrier and he's asleep, he has been like giggling, and he giggles in response to my laugh. So if I laugh, it'll make him giggle, and he is full on, keep in mind, dead asleep. Like he's so fast asleep, and he will giggle and then go back to sleep. And then if I giggle, he'll like giggle and then go back to sleep. It's just the best thing ever, and it like warms my heart so much because I've been waiting for him to giggle. I've been waiting for you to giggle and you haven't. But that's okay because he's doing it in his sleep, and it just makes me so happy and so excited for when it actually does happen. Anyway, I want to say a huge thank you for being here once again. If you guys did like this video as much as it was crazy, I would really appreciate if you would like and subscribe, because it obviously really helps out my channel and just helps out my growth in this journey. And I will see you guys in my next video.